Do you need an ID to get Social Security services in Texas?
You do.
Do you need an ID to rent an apartment in Texas?
Yes.
Do you know how many whites are registered to vote in Texas?
Far more than African Americans.
72%. Do you know the number or percentage of Democrats who support voter ID in this country?
I do not, but I don't think it's a whole lot.
72%. Do you know the number of black and brown and African Americans in this country who support voter ID?
No.
75%.
What you're about to see is the voter ID narrative getting dismantled in real time. This hearing was supposed to push the idea that voter ID laws are racist, that they target black and brown Americans, that they suppress turnout. That's the story they've been selling for years. But Nancy Mace doesn't walk in emotional. She doesn't shout. She does something far more dangerous. She asks simple, undeniable questions. Do you need an ID to buy alcohol? To buy cigarettes? To get a job? To open a bank account? To board a plane? Every answer is yes. So if ID is required for almost every major responsibility in adult life, why is it suddenly controversial when it comes to voting? Stay back and watch the full breakdown, because we're going to unpack exactly what happened here. And if you want clear, no-nonsense analysis like this every day, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's roll the tape.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to thank Ms. Thompson. I was a state lawmaker for 3 years before I came to Congress. I represent the 1st Congressional District of South Carolina, and South Carolina has had its own history. Very bad history with black South Carolinians, black and brown and African Americans. I recently took a vote to move statues like Supreme Court Justice Taney, removing his bust out of the Capitol Rotunda because he wrote the Dred Scott opinion, the one that said that black and brown and African Americans could not become citizens of the United States of America. I voted to move, someone like Wade Hampton, who encouraged the murder of over 150 black South Carolinians during his run for governor. And so I appreciate your comments about the 60s. I was not around then, but I've watched and read a lot of the history and seen the videos and seen the moments of violence against black America. So I applaud your work on that. My understanding is you were elected in 1972 in Texas. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Right, and I applaud you for making history, I imagine, in Texas and being a strong voice for black men and black women. Coming from South Carolina, we've got voter ID, and I'm assuming Texas is the same way. Do y'all need IDs to buy alcohol when you're purchasing at the store?
Yes, to be sure that you are capable of doing that.
Right. Do you need an ID in Texas to buy cigarettes?
You can't buy them unless you're at least 21.
But do you have to show an ID to buy cigarettes?
You do have to show an ID.
Do you need an ID when you're getting a job and trying to get on payroll in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID to go to the pharmacy and get a prescription in Texas?
It depends on this prescription.
But do you need an ID for some prescriptions
Yes,
in Texas?
You do. Yes.
Do you need an ID to get Social Security services in Texas?
You do.
Do you need an ID to rent an apartment in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID if you're going to buy a house and finance it via a mortgage in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas if you're going to board an aircraft and fly commercial?
Yes.
Did you fly commercial or fly a private jet on the way to D.C.?
A chartered plane.
Do you have to show an ID when you fly in a private charter jet?
Yes.
I wouldn't know. I've never flown on one. So did you need an ID to get in the building here today?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas to open a bank account?
Yes.
To cash your check if you're working. Do you know, Representative Thompson, what percentage of blacks in Texas, black and brown African Americans, are registered to vote?
Oh, a huge percentage.
70%. Do you know what percentage of African Americans, black and brown Texans have voted on average or in the last election?
About 64%.
Correct. Do you know how many whites are registered to vote in Texas?
Far more than African Americans.
72%. You have 70% of blacks in Texas who are registered to vote. You have 72% of whites in Texas who are registered to vote. Do you know the percentage of whites who turned out to vote in recent elections?
I want to say over 50-some%.
65%. Yeah. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics are registered to vote in Texas?
No, I do not.
63%. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics voted in the last election?
I think it was over 40%.
53%. Hispanics are not voting in as high a numbers as blacks and whites in Texas. Do you know the percentage of Democrats that support voter ID?
Would you repeat your question?
Do you know the number or percentage of Democrats who support voter ID in this country?
I do not, but I don't think it's a whole lot.
72%. Do you know the number of black and brown and African Americans in this country who support voter ID?
No.
75%. Do you know the number of Hispanics that support voter ID in this country?
No.
81%. Do you know where the state of Texas is ranked with black voter turnout in this country?
Would black voters turn out?
Mm-hmm. Do you know where Texas is ranked?
Oh, 44%?
The latest numbers that I read this morning was that Texas is ranked 10th. Do you know where Texas is ranked? So then top 10 in the country. Do you know where Texas is ranked with women voters?
Oh, way up in the 50s.
In the bottom third of this country. So I would argue that Texas has a more difficult problem with getting women out to vote than black and brown and African Americans. Thank you, and I yield back.
Wow, just wow. Now that you've watched the clip, let's be clear, Nancy Mace didn't just participate in this hearing. She dominated it. Fearless. Brutal. Asking the questions everyone else is too scared to touch. Nancy Mace stepped in and did what very few in Congress will do. She asked the tough, uncomfortable questions. Questions that expose the truth, even when it goes against the narrative. She walked through everyday life, the things everyone understands. The truth is clear: the only people who don't support voter ID are Democrats, and they've been spinning a false narrative for years. Step by step, she showed the absurdity of the claim that voter ID is oppressive. Then she hit them with numbers nobody else would challenge. Black voter registration in Texas? 70%. White registration? 72%. Black turnout? Strong, top 10 in the country. Minority support for voter ID? Overwhelming. She didn't just ask questions. She cornered them. Exposed contradictions. Made them answer reality instead of repeating their talking points. This was fearless questioning at its finest. Relentless. Brutal. Unapologetic. She forced a narrative that's been spun for years to face data, facts, and logic, and it didn't hold up. Nancy Mace just proved something that few in politics dare to. Asking the tough questions can cut through the lies, expose the truth, and leave the other side scrambling. This isn't a clip to watch passively. This is a masterclass in accountability, courage, and political fearlessness. We will take America back one video at a time.